Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Guys with Four Eyes, a podcast that takes you back in time to discuss the movies of yesteryear. I'm Robert Hollister, and with me, as always, is Ben Palmer.
What's up?
Hey, bud. Come with us as we go back in time to check out the future of horror as we slash through 2001's Jason X.
What the hell's going on?
Two guys, four eyes, gonna blow your fucking mind.
Hey Ben, what's up? Yeah, I got it.
You want me to turn the lights on?
Should we turn the lights? We should turn the lights off for this, right?
A little creepy.
Yeah. So
in the shadows.
So happy Friday the 13th. Maybe this might be up in time. This is gonna be a Friday the 13th episode.
Damn right it is.
And by episode, I mean we're gonna talk specifically about one movie, and that's gonna be Jason X.
Oh God, it's so good.
I imagine we'll probably talk about other Friday the 13th
We
movies.
should reference them at least.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
We say things, but we probably won't.
We don't talk about much.
No, but you know what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about some new stuff, man.
I want to hear some new stuff.
Unless there's anything personal going on that you wanted to discuss. I'm always so rude.
I'll tell you a personal thing. No, I'm not. I'm not going to.
Okay. Okay.
All
right.
I binged all of Hell's Kitchen last night.
Oh yeah.
Like the entire last season.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
Look, man, it's okay. Sometimes I sit on the porch at night and I drink beer and I watch episodes of Hell's Kitchen and Hotel Hell and all that stuff.
That Gordon Ramsay, man, he's a guy.
I enjoy him, man.
Yeah.
And you know the people, because everyone's so stupid around him.
Yeah.
And it just.
Do you think that's scripted, or partially scripted? I find it hard to believe these people are that dumb and bad at what they're doing.
I don't know. I would like to think maybe they're scripted, but because there's no way people can be that
Just that dumb. I mean, we just saw a movie where everyone's that dumb, so.
It's true, and that was scripted. So
Yeah.
who's to say?
Yep.
Whatever. But you know what?
What do you got for news?
Here. You know, I actually only have one, not much,
Okay.
and it's pretty.
I'll take a little bit.
No, it's pretty good. So I guess Sony Pictures is in the works to.
Sony Pictures.
Sony Pictures.
Sony Pictures.
What am I
I
saying?
thought you said Sony Pictures.
Sony Pictures. You know, they're working. They're working to get the rights to make a movie based on Settlers of Catan.
Oh my God.
Right.
Why? What?
Yeah. So you know, look, you and I, we play Settlers.
Yes, we have.
You know.
We've played some intense games of Settlers.
Right. Now, do you think that could transfer? How would that transfer to the screen?
All right.
All right. Are we going to do a scene?
No, I just.
Excuse me, do you have any wool?
No.
Good day.
Settlers of Catan, the movie.
I've got some ore if you've got some wool.
I have so much ore. You know, all my places have ore.
Yeah, but
What I really need is some wood.
well, you really need some brick, I think. I think brick's the hardest thing to come by, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it usually is.
Look, and then, you know.
got that port with like fucking 4 bricks coming in.
Right, and then there's going to be, I guess it'd be really exciting in the movie to see, you know, the longest road.
What was the other one?
It was like when you had all the knights.
Oh yeah.
I forget what it was called.
Yeah,
But you had like 5 night cards, and so you
Yeah.
had like the army, maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, for those who don't know,
Okay,
Settlers of Catan is a board game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty fucking boring.
It's-
It's okay. I'll just say it's a niche audience.
Right. People that want to.
Trade and not trade with their friends.
Right. Yeah. And
Minerals and things.
you get wood, brick, ore, and wool.
Yep.
That's it.
And then you take over little areas on a map.
It's pretty much like Go Fish,
But you could
but like with the story involving with it.
sort of. I don't fucking. It's all right. I don't want to bash Settlers right now.
No, Settlers is great, man. It's a fun game, but I don't know how they can make it into a movie.
Yeah, what I think is it's gonna be some weird genre piece movie with just the name Settlers of Catan.
Oh, okay.
Probably. You know, like I'm trying to think. They've done it before in movies where they just take a title of something and the movie has nothing to do with it.
Well, like
Kind of like Super Mario Brothers.
yeah, okay. It's a good game. I like to play it. I don't know if I'd want to go see it in any type of like entertainment.
Yeah, I barely want to even think about playing it.
Yeah,
That's mainly because us playing with our friends, it can get heated.
it does get heated, but that's okay. So that's happening. Maybe it won't.
Good to know.
Good to know. Yeah. So we got our first look at the Predator, which is coming next year.
Yeah.
I think. And by first look, I mean there was a poster dropped at the. Oh my God. It's some like convention in London. It's the brand licensing.
Licensing?
Yeah, brand licensing. Oh my,
You just can't say
I
that word.
can't say that word. No. Convention, which that sounds really exciting.
It sounds super exciting.
Yeah, good stuff. But all we got is this look of a poster. Would you like to see this poster?
Yeah, let me see.
It's
Is it a big red monster?
It's not a big no. It's
The
not.
original Predator. What?
Yep, that's it.
That looks like a Metallica T-shirt.
It does look like a Metallica T-shirt.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Why is he made out of lightning?
I don't know. Maybe to be shocking.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. But it looks like it looks like there's a city down below, so maybe we'll get like some more
Yeah.
Predator in the city type stuff, like Predator 2.
I kind of liked him in the city. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was good, especially Danny Glover up against
Fucking
him.
Gary Busey and his team.
They sucked so bad.
Yeah, they did.
That movie sucked.
Wait, did they try and cryogenically freeze him at one point?
They tried to freeze him out in the at one point, yeah. And that movie took place in the future as well, because I think it was
Oh,
released in
no.
'92, but took place in '98. I want to say. Once again, these movies that just take place slightly in the future.
Once you get in the future, you could freeze everything.
Right.
Freeze your problems away.
Ah.
Clearly.
Speaking of future, you just watched the trailer for Future Man.
I did.
What did you think about that?
Looks good, man. It looks funny.
It looks a lot of fun.
It looks a lot of fun.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Sort of reminded me of the what's his face? The Franco show where he's like time traveling 11, 22,
63?
Yeah.
Yeah, the JFK one.
Yeah, it sort of has that vibe of like, going back in time and trying to like prevent shit,
Mhm.
but this is like obviously a little more comedic and hijinks and whatnot.
Right. Yeah, because it's yeah, I guess. Going back in time. I mean, it's just like, isn't it just like any future movie that goes back in?
Kind of reminds me of like Time Cop.
Yeah, just like Time Cop or what other? There's a lot of time travel
A
stuff.
lot of time travel.
Where they
Back
go-
to the Future.
Yeah, they go back to fix something.
What? All right.
It's,
Let me ask you
it's
this.
about your kids, Mark. Damn it. Can't do it.
Can't do 2 docs in 2 episodes in a row.
Nah, I don't. I can never do a doc again.
If you could go back in time,
Yeah.
are you gonna be going back trying to change shit,
What do you?
like drastic things that have happened in the world, or would you go back for your own selfish reasons?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You mean would I Future Man or would I Primer?
Ah,
Ah.
exactly.
I'd probably Primer. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Probably go back for my own greed.
Get rich.
Yeah.
Don't fuck things up that you did fuck up.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. At first, obviously, you.
Well, then it's too late.
so you-
Because you create all these ripples, man.
Oh man. You can't just like go back and like fix yourself up and then
Well, you think you will, but
It's like-
you don't know what's gonna happen if you don't make that mistake.
Look, man. I've seen these things on. I see these single women that I went to high school with posting on Facebook. Pictures and stuff of, and it says things around the lines of first you have to love yourself before you can love others type thing, right?
Sure. This is getting a little weird. Where are you going with this?
I'm going with like you go back in time and you
Love yourself.
You love yourself first.
Wait, would you physically love yourself? You're saying you want to go back and find yourself sleeping in bed and just cuddle on up with yourself,
I'm not saying
give yourself a big hug from the future.
it's gonna be okay, man.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man. I don't know how that would.
Future hug?
Yeah.
Oh, well, according to Time Cop, you would just disappear from existence.
I thought it would just turn to a big mush.
Yeah.
Or is that the one?
Oh, God. I forgot about the one.
Yeah. How could you forget about the one, man?
Yeah.
I think that the one was where you merge as one giant like
Right.
globule.
That's a good word.
I just made that. Are we peeking? How are we doing over
No,
there?
we're good, man.
Okay, we're looking red on this thing.
Nah, don't worry about that thing.
Okay.
Time Cop, I think they turned into Puddle Ooze.
I thought they just ceased to be.
Yeah, but I think you'd sort of turn into Ooze first.
Should we do Time Cop at some point?
Yeah.
That movie is really bad.
Let's put it on the list.
I loved Time Cop when I was a kid. And I have not seen it in a long time.
Cop.
Nope.
Nope.
Did I say a long time?
Yeah.
I said time.
Yeah.
You said cop.
Yep. Oh.
Time Cop.
There we go.
Great. All right.
What
so
else we got?
We got Justice League trailer, man. We're going to talk about that for just a moment.
Okay.
Look, all I have to say about it is, like, I will say this. It did get me a little pumped for the movie for the first time
Really?
ever. A little pumped.
Whew.
Like, a little pumped. You know, because
Alright.
it showed the fun the characters are having.
Yeah.
And, you know, that seems like it's going to be, like, you know, that's what you want. Which, I mean, I wonder how much of that has to do with old Whedon going in, old Jose.
Going in to fix things up a little bit.
Yeah, fix things up.
I mean, this will be a movie that I think we're going to go see and drink some beers
Oh, yeah.
and
We'll go do that.
forget half of it later.
I have to watch it at some other point. Yeah,
But-
we'll go see it.
If it's anything like any other DC movie recently, I won't ever want to rewatch it. So
No. I have to imagine that whole world, because there's a point where everything's just getting blown up.
right.
That has to be a parallel world, right? Like, they've learned by now that they can't just be shooting up entire cities and, like, blowing up buildings and bridges and all that crazy stuff going on
you would
because,
think.
I mean, it's just more of the same, right?
Yeah.
It's just
More
strangely lit,
DC.
smoky CGI battles with monsters in the dust.
Yeah, that's what I hate about. Like when I saw it, it's just so much CG and everything looks fake.
Yeah.
Why don't they just watch a Marvel movie and just do that?
I don't know, man.
It works.
I mean,
it works well.
and you know, the characters, they all look great, I think.
Yeah.
Cyborg, for being, you know, completely CG, he looks pretty good.
Right.
You know, Flash, he seems like he might be an enjoyable character. Maybe.
Maybe. He's obviously going to be your like comedic relief.
Oh.
And it's me wondering how much they're going to push that.
See, I thought, I gotta stop doing that. I thought Aquaman would be the comedic relief.
Probably both of them together. Almost like a Rocket and Groot, if you will.
Okay, which one would be Rocket?
Oh, obviously.
Flash?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like Aquaman's gonna be short on words.
Yeah.
Apparently he is. My man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so cringy.
I don't know. I thought it was. He caught him, man. That was pretty cool. The teamwork. It was nice to see him working together. Whatever.
My man.
Hey, you know. It's cool.
Sure.
You know, whatever.
Hey, Justice League, we're ready for you.
Yeah.
Sort of.
All in, baby. When's that come out? Next month?
Who gives a shit?
Who cares? We'll go see it.
We'll see it no matter what. It'll be a pile of shit, and I'll give them my money.
Yeah. All right. So look. Now the Star Wars trailer came out. I think on Sunday.
Dude, the best part about it.
Now look, I haven't gone ahead and watched it because Ryan Johnson,
You want to be a purist, man.
director, he went ahead and said it was pretty spoilery.
Did he use that word?
He did.
Spoilery?
He did. He did.
What?
And then he said if you wanted to go on pure to avoid it at all costs, pretty much on
That-
Twitter.
You realize that also means like not looking at social media because I imagine you've seen all kinds of at least stills from it.
I've seen nothing.
What?
No, I mean I've seen.
You have good friends on social media, dude. If I was trying to avoid this, I would have already been pissed off.
Well, you know, you just avoid. What is there to see?
People posting like gifs of it
I haven't seen any gifs.
and jokes about it.
I saw one thing.
There's actually a really great joke.
Okay.
I would love to show you, but
All right. Now look.
you want to be a purist.
I mean, I don't necessarily. If it's not that spoilery, then I'll watch it.
It's not. What I was telling you earlier before you told me to zip it.
Yeah. I wanted to keep it. I save it for the cast, man.
Oh, here we are on the cast.
Yeah. So open it up.
Unzip.
Nope.
I'm just from the future, man. I'm trying to love you.
God damn it.
I personally didn't think it was like you told me that beforehand too. So I went in watching this,
Yeah.
thinking like, all right, this is gonna spoil some shit.
Mm-hmm.
All it does is give you some like outline of where the movie's going.
Right.
Because before that, you have no fucking clue other than the fact that Rey's training
Mhm.
and Kylo's probably also training. That's all you know. You're just, where's Luke in this? Like, where's Leia? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Uh-huh.
What's Finn doing? This just gives you a little insight about what's the fuck's going on. What's the fucks?
What's the fuck's going on? All right, that's good.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And Luke talks.
Yeah.
You get a Luke line.
Earn that paycheck, huh?
Yeah, finally.
All right. Well, I guess I'll probably check it out when we're done with this, and then we can talk about it maybe next week, or not at all.
Yeah,
Or I could just watch it right now.
you could.
I'm not. That's not good podcasting, I don't think, is it?
Well, I mean, it'll get cut, obviously.
Well, this isn't good podcasting anyway.
This is gonna get cut too.
I'm not gonna watch it right
Alright.
now. I'll watch it afterwards. Because you sold me, I think. Good job.
By telling you it's not that spoilery.
I'm pretty much I was waiting for you to watch it and to tell me that.
Yeah.
I was just waiting on you.
Yeah.
One of us had to do it.
Yeah.
It was you.
I was being a realist and saying like, there's no fucking way I'm not gonna watch this thing.
Yeah.
Like before the movie comes out.
I mean, who am I kidding anyway? Eventually it's going to be forced in my face because when we go see Thor next month,
It'll be playing. In
it'll
the
be
theater.
in the theater. And what am I going to do? Close my eyes and cover my ears like a little baby?
Put earmuffs on.
No. Tell me what it's... I was humming the whole time.
Yeah.
Everyone around me was like, shut the fuck up. I end up getting, a bag of popcorn thrown at me. I don't know.
No one throws popcorn, dude. This shit's too expensive. It's like $13 a bag, man. You're not throwing that at somebody.
You're right. All right, bud. So you ready for this? Or is there anything you want to talk about? Because I'm sorry.
No, I got nothing, man.
Get nothing.
I just fucking watched Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I watched. Oh, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine's back on.
Oh yeah, you watched the first episodes?
Yeah.
Okay, well I guess we have a whole
We have a whole segment.
we
where
have a
I'll
whole
talk
segment
about that.
all that stuff. What are you talking
Hey, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Fucking wait your turn.
about? Yeah, come on, pal. Jake Peralta, man.
Hell yeah.
This week we watched Jason X. I had never seen it before.
Yeah, which is surprising.
With a lot of those old horror series, I kind of drop off around 5.
Once there's 5, I'm done with it.
Well, I mean, that's when Jason kind of jumped. Part 5 was like a new beginning because he had
Jump
died.
the shark, man.
I think so because he died in
Yeah.
part 4.
Right.
When
Wasn't 4 called a new chapter or the final chapter?
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
And then part 5 was a new beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when the hippies found him and he was buried and they
Yeah, because
electrocuted
Corey
his body.
Feldman killed him,
Right.
and they were supposed to be done with it. From what I had read,
Mm-hmm.
like that was supposed to be the end of it, but they're making too much of that money.
I don't know if they were making money.
Probably not.
So anyhow, I watched this Jason movie for the first time
This
today.
is Jason one.
Yeah.
The 10th installment.
Yeah. Well, tell me, what is this movie about?
Here's what it's about,
Okay.
in my own words.
All right. Great.
Team of scientists come back from the future to discover a chamber, which in the beginning of the movie you find Jason is being held. Oh God! Hold on. Let me start. I'll start all the way over. I was gonna try and do like a weird backtrack thing. It didn't work.
No.
So Jason X.
Right.
Jason's being held captive in some facility, and man, Jesus Christ! Sorry, I immediately wanted to start ripping it.
Okay. Look, you got this.
All right, he's being held in a facility,
The Crystal Lake
facility,
research facility.
This is supposed to be in the near future, I guess. They don't really specify the year, do they?
They do.
2001 or 2008.
Yeah, they mentioned
Some shit.
Yeah, they captured him in 2008, and then it was in 2010 that
Yeah.
the events of the beginning happened.
Okay. So he's being held captive, and pretty much he's gonna end up getting frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And some bigwigs come in because they want his regenerative powers.
Yeah.
So they plan on moving him. Of course, that doesn't work out, and then he ends up getting frozen anyway.
Yes.
So then you get some fast forward 453 years later, 55 years later. Group of scientists come to Earth, which is now all destroyed. They're just kind of finding artifacts and shit. Stumble across this chamber, grab Jason, grab the chick, bring him aboard their ship, Jason thaws out and kills everybody. That's Jason X.
That's Jason X. Yeah. Man. You want to run the what are the numbers on this guy?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's your storyline. If you haven't seen this, you probably have because it's a fucking Jason movie. This got a 4.4 on IMDb
Mm-hmm.
and a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh man.
Both of those being slightly higher than Daredevil. So if that gives you any indication of how bad this movie is,
Yeah.
it had a $14 million budget, which is super low for
Right.
a movie, but box office 17 mil.
So it made some money.
Hey, not to mention DVD sales.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's good. And it's not.
I mean,
but-
it did better than Daredevil in sales.
did it?
Well, Daredevil cost a lot more. I think that was much higher,
Well,
like
it did-
28 or something.
Well, it did better than Mario Brothers.
Hell yeah, it did. So yeah, I guess sort of success, especially for being just a Jason movie. I'm pretty sure they always just slightly come out on top.
Right. And I mean, this is the first Jason movie since Jason Goes to Hell, which came out in '93.
Then we have Freddy vs. Jason
That came out after
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually like this. The only real reason this movie happened was because they're having issues because Freddy and Jason were two different companies, and so they're having difficulties like getting the two together for the sequel to Jason Goes to Hell, which is going to
Right.
be Jason and Freddy, and so they just kind of pushed this one out there as just.
So when they did at the end of Jason Goes to Hell, the Freddy Freddy claws,
Mm-hmm.
they did that like without permission. Or
Ooh. I guess maybe there's a difference between having like, a likeness of a character, I suppose, or like, because I mean, they used the claw. They had the Freddy's claw in the Evil Dead series. I mean,
that's true.
it shows up in different movies.
Scary Terry has it.
He sure does. Well, he's got yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, rights issues. Got it.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Right. That's why they made this movie, and it really shows. It really seems like. So yeah. All right. Let's jump into this shit.
Sure.
Talk
let's do
about it. Look, my big thing, the beginning, right?
Yeah, we're in a facility.
Yeah. So it's the It's the Crystal Lake Research Facility, I believe, is the title of it.
Yeah.
Now, is this built on Crystal Lake?
You're assuming so, yeah.
Why is it called it?
What do you mean?
Like, why are they calling it Crystal Lake? And is it called that because they only have Jason in there? Because that's literally the only thing in this facility is just Jason, like a couple guards, and one fucking scientist.
He's literally the only thing in there. There's not even like panels. Like you don't have any like computers anywhere. It's just this empty fucking building.
Mm-hmm.
He's chained in the middle of like some giant parking garage looking area.
Yeah.
No lights on. They can't afford the bills, so
Yeah.
power's out most of the place.
Right.
And there's one guard watching him.
Private Johnson, by the way, is his name.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course it is. That dipshit.
Yeah, he's just watching him like behind these, like in like this weird control console type thing.
Yeah, but there's nothing there. It's just like a pillar that he's just. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
And so
Jason gives him the eye.
the one eye.
And he doesn't like it.
Yeah, and so he throws a blanket over him. He's like, "Take a look at this, jackass!" Or
Yeah, right. Like
what?
like what my grandmother would do, like a parakeet, you know?
Yeah, put the bird to sleep.
Yeah. That bird's chirping too much.
Yeah.
Just cover him up.
That's it. And then you cut to your the one scientist, and what's she even doing? She's just standing in some room,
Yeah.
and
Rowan.
the military guys like come in and they're like, "Hey, look, we got to get this guy out of here because science."
Right. Yeah. Because Rowan and her crew.
She doesn't have a crew.
She has no crew. But the idea is they're just gonna freeze him, pack him away, deal with him later.
Yeah.
And then these big wigs come in and they're saying like, look, this guy's got his tissue can regenerate. He could be vital. We want to use him as like a whatever. I mean,
Science.
Science. Use him for science.
Yep.
Why not?
I still don't understand their plan to move him though. So the guy shows up and he's got like 4 guards or something, and they don't have any means of transportation. Like they don't have
like a cage or anything.
or like anything. Like what are they just gonna take him off the hook and just walk him out?
Huh.
I guess that was their plan. I mean, they haven't planned anything,
No.
so
Yeah.
he kind of just says like, "Hey, sorry, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself."
So But, you know, of course, as we see right away, they can't do it because
When they go in and pull the blanket off,
it's not Jason,
it's
Private Johnson.
and then Jason literally murders all these dudes immediately.
Yeah, without any problem. No problem at all. And then, so he murders all the dudes. Somehow Rowan is able to cat and mouse him into the cryo chamber.
Oh, she blasts him with a shotgun.
Okay. So he goes in. So he's in the thing,
She
and
closes the door, turns it on. She's like, whoo.
Yeah, then
leans
she-
on the door, and he stabs through metal
yeah,
with his machete.
right.
Like, what is this fucking thing made out of, man? Like Wolverine's claws? Like,
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the
the
door.
his fucking machete.
It's made of it's the strongest machete. Man.
It doesn't bend. It doesn't get dull ever.
Is that like you think this machete's supernatural? Like
Maybe.
like
No, he's
bonded
used
with it?
so many weapons back in the day.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah,
Old movies, he doesn't keep the machete to the whole thing.
he should.
He should just have a holster, like a sheath.
He
on
should.
him.
Yeah, it's a good look for him.
Yeah.
So when he cuts through, stabs Rowan, he releases cryogenic ooze, we'll call it, I guess. And so this causes the room to go into like a lockdown,
Yep.
which then freezes her and Jason.
Wah, wah.
There we go. Blast forward 455 years into the future, and no one.
Has gone
You know
to
what?
this facility since then to
Yeah,
find out who this general was that walked in.
Yeah.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Nobody comes to check out why he's dead or
Mhm.
why they haven't heard from him.
No.
No one has heard from the research center.
Nope. I mean, do you think this? I mean, this woman must have had a family.
You would also think she has like a boss who's gonna be like, hey, haven't heard from you or Johnson in a while. The only two employees I have. What the fuck? Just nobody.
Yeah.
And nothing. And I
Nothing.
mean, I get it. We got to speed the movie along, but
Sure.
at least they could have said something like, this is a super top secret facility.
Yeah. No one knows.
There's a
we're here.
reason you're the only one here. No one knows it. Blah, blah, blah. They
Right.
could have threw in like 10 seconds of dialogue to clear all that out.
Yeah, like some deep undercover,
Yeah.
shit. But no.
Nope. None of
No.
that.
Just a line of dialogue. How'd you find us, Dr. Wormer?
Yeah.
We're deep undercover.
This goes over your head. Boom.
Boom. No one knows I'm here.
Or you.
Yeah. Boom.
Nobody knows the kind of research that's going on here.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah. Anything. So instead, we get this field trip of kids
from the future.
from the future.
They come in.
They
They open the fucking cryo door. Jason's sitting there with a machete in hand.
looking terrifying.
All right, so he's standing there ready to swing.
Yeah.
They open it up, and they're all standing there like a bunch of jerk-offs, like, ooh, who's this guy? What is this?
Right.
Then they see the chick on the ground,
Uh-huh.
stabbed. Clearly, you should be able to piece together what happened here. Like,
Oh, yeah, I know.
oh, man, this guy fucking stabbed her, and then they both got frozen. Instead, they're like, well, we got to get both of these guys back to the ship.
Right.
That's not before Jason falls over and cuts a guy's arm off on accident.
Well, no, if you remember that idiot, I forget what his name was.
I don't know.
Whatever. There's gonna be a lot of characters, which the names aren't gonna be important because
No,
they
they're
don't
not.
do anything except for stupid shit. But he looks like a gnome named Norm.
Yeah.
He's a terrible looking human. So he picks up this mug. It's it says everything's been cryo in this chamber. It freezes to his hand, which by the way, why does he have bare hand? He shouldn't have bare hands.
I don't know, man.
They're not wearing a mask anyway, so it doesn't matter. So he tries to knock the mug off his hand, and the only thing he can think to knock it off with is the chamber that houses this giant, creepy-looking man with a machete.
Yeah.
He couldn't just bang it against the table he picked it up from.
Nope.
No, he bangs it against the cryo chamber. Jason falls forward, cuts his hand, arm off.
Yep.
And he freaks out, but it's okay.
Because in the future,
They have nanotechnology.
yep, and
Yep.
he can put his arm right back on.
Yeah, which is what happens because they go to the ship. They bring Jason and Rowan to the ship.
They thaw him out in separate rooms.
Yeah, well, they decide that Jason's dead. They're not going to do anything with him. He's gone.
Right.
But Rowan, they're like, she's still alive. We can bring her back. She was properly preserved. So they bring her back. All's good with her. Meanwhile, they have this scientist, Adrian, and she's tending to Jason.
Ooh, she's a fox, too.
And she's weird about it, man. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Like, she digs out his eye and
Yeah.
she's like really into it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, she's a scientist.
Yeah.
She's got to be into it. She
Yeah.
looks like Sonya Blade.
She does look like Sonya Blade.
So of course he ends up thawing out,
Mm-hmm.
fucking murders the shit out of her.
Right.
Which so the only things I wrote down was literally every kill.
Oh, good.
Which
I was
was pretty
hoping.
cool.
I was wondering what those parentheses were over there.
That's just who it was.
Oh, okay. I see there's a question mark.
Yeah. There's some question marks. We'll get to them.
Okay.
She becomes victim 1 in my book because I don't count the past. This is 455 years later, man. Victim number 1. Sonya Blade.
Yeah.
He
How'd she get it?
he grabs her head, puts it in the fucking what
Liquid nitrogen.
is that what that is?
Yeah.
Freezes her face and he smashes that frozen face into the table, which is pretty cool.
That's the end of her.
Yeah. Which we've seen before in other movies. Similar things.
The only thing I could think of, which is what I mentioned to you, was when I guess you told me it was Michael Myers. He boils the woman in the hot tub.
Yeah.
The face. He pushes the face down in the hot tub of the hospital.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen shit where people have gotten their arms like frozen and then like kicked off, or random things like that.
In that movie Logan, that happened in that.
Oh, see, there you
There's
go.
a freeze. I think there's a girl that could do freeze, and she froze some guy's arm. And
Yeah.
cut it off or busted it off.
Yeah. So
It's pretty cool.
also, one thing I wanted to critique before this, the only reason they kept Jason on board,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
the main scientist guy, he's talking to like his upper via like some sort of phone call, and he's like, "Hey, look, we just found these 455-year-old people," and the guy's like, "Who gives a shit?"
Yeah. People come back from cryostasis all the time. Why are these people special?
Yeah, and he's like, "Damn it." And the guy's, I guess, looking at the file, and he's like, "Oh, looks like you have a Voorhees. That's not Jason Voorhees, is it?" And he's like, "He'll be worth a lot of money." How the fuck does he know it's Jason Voorhees, or that it's a Voorhees at all? Doesn't make any sense.
No, I know. They don't have any identification. I guess they could test the blood. Maybe.
I guess.
But
why would that even come up?
yeah. I mean, there wouldn't be any, like, samples of Jason's blood, right? I mean, I guess there could be. But whatever.
Anyway, that was a dumb little thing.
Yeah.
But
so-
anyway, the reason he decided to keep him on board was because the guy was like, "Oh, well, he was a mass murderer. People would pay to see that shit."
Yeah, he could be worth some money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so he keeps on board. Look, do you want to, like, because there's all these kills I want to talk about,
Yeah.
which are good.
I mean, pretty much that's where we're going
I guess
in the movie.
this is
because,
the movie now, isn't it?
Like, the plot is what we just talked about.
yeah.
The rest of this movie is literally a nonstop kill train.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's go through the kill train.
So
So
Sonya Blade dies.
look, we have to mention what brings Jason back to life. Why?
Wait, what do you mean?
Premarital sex, man.
Oh, that's right.
Come on.
So this is a movie about Jason X,
yeah.
our straight edge buddy from Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
He hates premarital sex.
Yeah.
He hates drugs.
Look,
He hates alcohol.
look, our boy's dead on the table, frozen for 450 years, and then as soon as two kids in the other room start knocking boots, he's back in action.
Oh.
I try to snap, and I can't do it.
There it is. Yeah, because that was like kind of a funny scene because the kids are like getting into it, and
Right.
it keeps showing his fingers starting to move.
Just
like,
a little by little,
like
yeah.
him getting pissed
Uh-huh.
the fuck off. The more intense they get into it
Right.
sexually.
Yeah, and then right as soon as he reaches that climax, he's just, boom, springboard on the table, gets up, freezes Adrian's head, smashes it, and then he's just, boom, he's out the door.
He also grabs a medical machete because they have those in the future.
Yeah, it's super crazy looking, but I don't know what you'd use that for practically.
Yeah. So, of course, you know where Jason's going. To the room where they're knocking boots.
Yeah.
So, boyfriend gets up to check out what's going on because, meanwhile...
Well, yeah, at this point, they've revealed to Rowan that they have Jason on board, and she's like, whoa, what the fuck? You know, you can't have that guy. He's a crazy murderer. He killed like 200-something people back in his day.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, he's dead. He's good. It's fine. You know,
She's like, show me.
yeah. And so, of course, we find that he is not dead, and that nothing's fine.
He's out of the room. They see the body of the chick.
Yep.
So they're like, oh no, everybody.
Right.
They do like a all call,
Mm-hmm.
but not a full all call.
Yeah.
Because there's people on the ship that still don't know.
Which we'll get into.
So it's whatever. But some people know. And so the kids that are banging in the room, the the boyfriend gets up and he's like,
Stony.
Okay, there's his name.
That's his name.
He gets up and he's like, don't worry, I'll check it out. As soon as the door opens, Jason just stabs him in the gut.
Mm-hmm.
Blood splatters on her across the room somehow
Yep.
when that happens. And he drags him out of the room. Door closes. He leaves her because he's scared of these automatic doors, man. I'm convinced. He doesn't want to go in that room because he's like, what if this door closes? I can't get out.
Well, he couldn't figure it out because he's from the fucking... I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's old school.
Look, if I was frozen for 450 years and I came to a door without a knob, I don't know what I would do.
I mean, you've ever walked in a grocery store?
I don't have to do anything for that. They just open for me.
It's the same thing.
I guess there's probably just a button, right?
Most likely, yeah. There's probably one button that just says... It probably doesn't even say open. It's the only button there.
Yeah.
The door only does one thing.
Door does two things.
It's probably the same button, though.
It opens and closes.
Yeah.
That's
Whatever.
Two things.
So...
You don't know how doors work?
All right, man.
You raised in a barn?
This guy.
All right.
That's the podcast, everyone.
See you later. Shake it easy. So I guess this is when they gathered the team together, right? The strike team.
Yep.
No.
This is them getting all the scientists in a room together.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they're like, all the scientists meet up here, like in the science room.
Mm-hmm.
So they all go in there. Strike team hasn't been called yet, I don't think.
No, they haven't because they don't get called to go get him until after they find.
Oh yeah.
The boy and the older
the boy,
like the guy that got his arm cut off.
I was about to get to that.
No name Norm.
So it's a loud plane.
Yeah, it's
which
okay.
Probably won't pick up at all. Anyway, so they all run into a room.
I'll put in a plane sound to make you feel better.
There we go. Thanks. They all run into a room. They don't do like a full all call to the ship.
No.
And they also don't put any sort of lockdown to lock doors.
Nope.
Jason's still freely roaming around.
Yeah.
And now that they also know there are two people dead because the girl comes running in. She's like, oh my God.
Stony.
His girlfriend there. She runs in the room with everybody.
I was going to say what she said. Oh my God, Stoney's dead.
Okay.
No.
Meanwhile, someone else is like, what the hell's going on? Which is the quote of this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's confused all the time, even though there's 10 people on this ship. Anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Even people that like knew what was going on, then like later, because there's one character, he legitimately doesn't know what's going on.
Ever.
And when he says it, I'm like, all right, but we'll get to him when we get to him. But there's one core member of this group that literally, he's been there from the beginning. He knows exactly what's going on, yet he still has a problem at the end.
He still says what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So then you find in like a weird like holodeck,
Mm-hmm.
like hologram video game type situation,
Right.
the kid who had his arm chopped off earlier and this like older dude,
Dallas.
they're going through a simulation fighting monsters, and they're just shooting these big monster things, and you know they're talking, and one of them's like, all right, next one to get the kill wins, and they see a monster, and Jason slices it in half.
Yep.
And then he walks over, slices both of them up, but they're not dead because it's all simulation. They're like, okay, and simulation. Everything wipes away. You see them both sitting on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Jason's standing in between them, and they're like, what the hell's going on?
Yep.
Jason picks up a little Jew kid. The kid is super Jewish, by the way.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And just literally breaks his fucking back on his knee.
Yeah, he's
like,
some fucking like some
doing
pro wrestling
yeah,
move.
doing some fucking
just-
Bane on
just-
Batman.
He just drops him.
I wondered what would break first.
So yeah, and then
That's the worst Bane ever, by the way.
That was was that Bane?
I was thinking.
That
I
was
haven't
Kermit
seen
the Frog.
God damn it.
So yeah, and so he breaks his kid's back over his knee like nothing.
Yep.
Then he goes over to the next fella.
Yeah, and another head smash.
He just smashes.
Yeah.
He just smashed his head on the wall.
Yeah, which I was pretty upset about because we already had a head smash.
Yeah.
And it was a way cooler one because her face was frozen.
Now you didn't like the sound he made as he slid down the wall?
No, I didn't care because I was like, Jason, you can get more creative than that.
Yeah, come on, Jason.
Like at least punch a hole through him or something.
Right. Yeah.
Like that would have been cool.
He didn't punch any holes through anyone, did he?
Nope. No holes through people's bodies. So these two just ate it. And then you get like action music. Like the rest of this movie plays out like a fucking action flick.
Yeah.
It's just like them running, Jason killing.
Right. Because at this point now they have the team out there looking for Jason.
Right.
Because they come across the bodies and they're like, oh.
No.
We got these little boy and old man.
Yep. So you get your like full like military team together, and they're like, let's go hunt this guy.
Yeah. Which is headed off by our good friend Brodsky.
Brodsky,
which we know from other things.
He's done stuff.
Yeah.
He was familiar. I didn't look up, but probably nothing major.
He was in 300, the sequel, and a couple other things. He's one of those faces you just recognize.
Yeah.
He's just one of those faces. He's always like that character in the movie.
Yeah.
The badass.
So literally the next like multiple kills are just these soldiers getting fucking offed.
Yeah.
Because they all go in and they're walking around the ship. Meanwhile, all the scientist kids are all still up in a room somewhere.
Yeah.
So this is like in the gallows of the deck or whatever, or the ship. Everything's dark. There's no lights.
No. There's
And
nothing.
let's see. Next kill.
Who's the next on the list?
We have a neck snap. Oh, that's when Jason plays like a fucking ninja.
Like a Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah. He's knocking on the wall. The question mark comes above the guy's head. He's like, what?
Oh,
Jason
no.
literally pulls him into a fucking hallway because they're all together. He just
Yeah.
grabs one guy and like snaps his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly drops him on the ground. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was very un-Jason of a kill.
Yeah.
I did not approve of that one.
And right after that, because he's teleporting around at this point.
Yeah, he's just jumping around.
And you get a guy like on a balcony thing.
Oh, yeah, and he tries like some hand-to-hand combat with Jason.
He's like a ninja guy.
Yeah.
Like he sees him and immediately just starts fist fighting him.
That's what I would do.
And
Jason makes short work of him. Just
yeah.
pushes him off the side of the railing.
He doesn't even fight
Fight
him at
back.
all. He just pushes him.
Just shove.
The guy flies over the rail and there's a giant screw for some reason.
Yep.
Which you assume is like a drill bit for drilling on a planet, I guess is what we're supposed to think.
Yeah.
The guy's body just screws down it.
Mm-hmm.
Really cheesy.
Yeah.
And of course, whenever somebody finds him, they say,
Wait, what's the status on John Bob?
he got screwed.
Oh, no.
Uh,
Yeah. Which I think is fucked up.
yeah.
I mean, they're a team. They work together. Why would you make that joke about... like, how insensitive are they?
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
So then you see a woman soldier. She's scared.
Yeah.
She's backs up right into him in the dark. He just slits her throat.
Right.
Real basic kill there.
Mm-hmm.
All this is rapid fire, by the way.
Yeah.
This is like boom, boom, boom. We're killing all these soldiers.
Yeah, she comes out of the shadow. She got her neck's cut, and then is that when?
That's when another guy walks up and sees her.
Yeah.
And Jason literally just cuts the guy in half completely by the from the torso.
I thought, well, no, because I thought the guy he cut in half was the one that was watching him once he got him stuck. Right? How did he get stuck on the? Because that's the kill, right? The same kill.
Oh yeah.
He gets,
Okay, yeah.
He gets stuck on like that anchor.
Yeah, so the guy he cuts in half.
Yeah.
I just wrote cut in half.
Nice.
Got it. So
He's got Jason captured on like this anchor, or he's like somehow impaled. He like knocks him onto it, so he's like impaled onto it.
he shoots him a bunch, like he sees him,
Yeah.
and he just starts shooting him. So Jason, of course, is falling back, and he like pushes him onto this weird anchor
Yeah.
thing that's swinging around the room
Yeah. So
for whatever reason.
and then this guy he calls up Brodsky and he's like, "Hey, I got Jason," and everyone up in the bridge is they're all clapping like, "Yeah, they did it. They got him. Everything's fine." And Brodsky's like, "We'll be there in just a moment. Keep your eyes on him." And so this guy immediately turns around, a face away from Jason, and says, "No, it's cool. I got it." And Jason just slides off.
Yep, pulls himself off it and it cuts the guy completely in half.
Like you just watch. I mean, why would you not just watch him?
Yep.
Like
think.
this guy's going around killing your whole team, and you finally get him, and the first thing you want to do is take your eyes off of him.
Yep.
No.
So he's cut in half.
Yeah.
And then I feel like they forgot to kill the other girl soldier.
Yeah, she just comes floating through.
Yeah, they just have a random scene of her flying on the hook Jason was just on. She says she's dead.
Yep.
And that's all your soldiers. He then stabs Brodsky like through a wall.
Yeah. He grabs him to the wall.
Yep.
Like the classic, like Brodsky's up against the wall. He punches through the wall, chokes him, and he's like, fighting back, and he gets stabbed in the ribs, is what he says.
Through the wall.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's gonna take more than a little poke in the ribs
Yep.
to take me down. And then he stabs him again.
Yeah.
Like with a second thing.
Yeah, and a second sword that he had somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came
And
from.
Brodsky's just like, that ought to do it. Which is pretty good.
I really enjoyed that line.
Yeah.
And then he just seemingly dies.
You would think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, everyone's all butthurt now because everyone's dead.
Yep. But they know they're about to port on the space station.
Solaris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're coming up on it. And the pilot's like, don't worry, guys. I'm going to land us.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear through the intercom him scream.
Yeah.
And then the ship crashes into the space station.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight through. And man, I don't know the scale on that thing just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, the miniature models they're using for the set just didn't add up because they're on their ship and the space station they're coming up to is like half the size of their ship. Doesn't make any sense.
Like if I was looking at it when they're approaching, I was thinking like, okay, well, it's like a a distance thing, it's
Right.
all perception. But then when they're actually going into it and over it and through it, they were just they were just they were longer than it was wide.
They shredded right through the fucking thing. It blows up behind them.
Yep.
Killed
a whole like just a whole bunch of people.
Whole space station full of people.
Yeah.
Probably miniature people.
I was wondering maybe there's some kind of like shrink ray they got to go through. It's the only thing that would make sense.
It's a school for ants.
Gosh. So pilot's dead. This whole space station's dead.
Yep.
Everyone's.
I didn't give Jason credit for that, by the way, because he didn't technically kill all those people.
Oh, okay.
Yep. They're just dead because the ship splashed like right through that place.
Mm.
And so their ship, I guess, is sort of damaged, but not really. They're just like, oh.
It lost its entire port pontoon.
Yeah, whatever that is.
The whole right side.
Yeah.
I think that's the port side.
It's not the crypt side.
Crypt side?
Yeah, man.
I don't know
That's
that.
the left side.
The left side?
What? You never listen to Snoop Dogg? Come on, man.
Nope. Nope. I have not. I mean, I have.
Yeah.
I've heard Snoop Dogg. He has songs.
Yep. So anyway, they crash through that, and they're all standing in there and they're freaking out. They're like, "What are we gonna do?"
Yeah, and Professor Lowe's like, "Oh, we just overshot it. We'll circle around. It'd be no big deal."
Yep.
And then they look at the monitors and it's just blowing up, and they're like,
Yeah. And so they don't know what to do, and they hear like a banging on the door.
Yep.
And like, is that Jason? Oh my God! Everyone's freaking out.
And he can't open the door.
Yeah. So
It's future door.
So what do?
They
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah. Because he doesn't know how to push the fucking button to open the door.
He doesn't understand it.
It's future door.
He can't. Come
He
on,
just
man.
tries to bang on it. So they're all standing there and they're like, oh, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
And then he comes busting through like a glass wall that's behind him.
This is a window, man.
Yeah, what do you... Why did they think they were safe in there if there was a window separating them from another room?
I don't know.
So he blasted there. They all run out the door.
Every one of
except
them.
The professor.
Yeah, Professor Lowe stays. Well, he gets knocked down, is what
Yeah.
happens. So they all run off without him. And it's not until they get like clear across the fucking ship that one of them's like, "Hey,
Where's Professor?
where's Professor Lowe?"
Yep. He stands up. Jason's walking up to him, reaches over him, and there's his old machete.
Yep.
Old trusty.
Yeah. So he grabs his machete. And Professor's like, "Oh, all he wanted was his machete. He's great. We're good now, guys." How's he die?
You don't know. You just hear him scream.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
So okay, so they all get away
Yep.
for the most part, and then they're sitting there, and then this is when they have the idea because it's Rowan's like, "Hey, the one from the what's up?" Oh. You need one of these?
Yeah. Thanks.
So Rowan's the one that questions, like, is there any way to get off the ship? Like beam us off or whatever. And they're like, beam us off? And they sit there for a moment, and then one of them suggests, the shuttle.
Exactly.
Why the fuck didn't they use this shuttle to begin with? Once they're,
Yeah, like, it's a fucking shuttle. Get off the ship on the shuttle.
Yeah. Oh, so I want to point out at this point that while the team was down looking for Jason, Jason came across this gentleman, Crutch, and he's this engineer.
I call him Danny McBride, by the way.
I was thinking Nick Offerman.
Well, he looks very Danny McBride from the new Alien.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same exact character.
He's a pirate?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a pirate, in a spaceship.
I haven't seen the new Alien yet, so
It's bad.
I heard.
And this guy has also said what the hell's going on multiple times.
Yeah. But he had reason to,
Yeah.
because no one told him what was going on.
He
So
literally has no idea.
He was just sitting in a room with his like bonsai plants and like just chilling out. Then all of a sudden Jason shows up and he just starts getting shot at. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. But so they got him now, and he's part of the group. So they're down, and he's like, okay, yeah, I can get the shuttle out.
But I gotta go to the bridge.
I go to the bridge for the pre-launch or whatever. And so he and this other fellow, they go up there to take care of that. They find the dead pilot, whatever. So he goes up there to do his stuff. The girls and this nerd kid who like made
a cyborg with him.
He made this android
Yeah.
CAM-14 knowledge modulator, something, whatever. But
It's his sex bot.
pretty much, yeah, they bang. So they go off to get weapons, the two of them, and then the three girls, Janessa, I think Krishna, whatever, and Rowan.
They're going to the actual shuttle.
They're going to the shuttle. On the way to the shuttle, Rowan stops because she sees that she thinks there's someone alive. Finds Brodsky, he's alive, and so she goes, finds the girls, tells them what's up. They radio up to the bridge. Crutch sends his buddy down to help her get Brodsky. When they go to Brodsky, he's no longer there.
Yep.
So they say, "Fuck all this.
Let's just go to the fucking shuttle."
Let's go to the shuttle." Jason meets up with Crutch up on the bridge.
Goes back to the bridge
with the head of Professor Lowe, and he just kind of has it like hanging behind him, like, you want to scare your buddy?
That's how he dies then. He
cuts his head off.
Yeah. But how did he scream? He had to do something beforehand.
Yeah.
Sodomized him. Oh, no. So then he grabs Danny McBride and
smashes him.
Smashes him also, but that's not the cause of death. The cause of death is electrocution, as far as I'm concerned. Because you hear all the electric sounds, and he's like, "Ugh."
Okay, so he's just smashing him against electricity.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever.
Into some control panel, he gets electrocuted.
Yeah. All right. So they got to get down. So,
which, by the way,
yo,
Jason's like, does he have blueprints of the ship? Because he seems to know exactly where everybody needs to be going when they need to be going there. He was already at the bridge. He killed the fucking pilot. Why did he go back to the bridge?
I mean, I guess he was maybe close to it.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know where that
He knows exactly how to get around the ship, is all I'm saying.
Look,
You think he pulled like a Matt Damon from Bourne Identity and grabbed like the thing off the side of the wall? That like
the directory?
The emergency escape, and he's just walking around looking at it.
Maybe.
He's just calm and collected. Everyone's freaking out and running. He's just like, this is how I get this way.
Yeah. He's probably been waiting down the shuttle the whole time.
He's like, well, obviously, if they want to leave, they can't beam out. They got to go to the shuttle.
Yeah. He's just sitting down there tapping his machete.
Yep. Waiting because he can't open the door because he doesn't know how.
Oh my God. So
anyway, then they're all standing there. One of the girls is in the shuttle. She's scared. They're all trying to get the door to fucking open.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm going to leave you guys. Which, very classic fucking trope.
Yeah.
In these, like, fucking space movies.
Kinsa.
Yeah.
Is her name. Yeah, she has a panic attack of sorts, and she's unable to, like, recognize how to do the smallest, simplest thing anymore because emotions have just overcome her. And she breaks free with the shuttle, even though it's still attached by the gas line.
So it blows up.
And then
they're all standing there by the hatch, and then Jason ends up at the end of the hallway.
Well, they call at this point. They get someone retrieves their distress call. It's a ship that's a little out in the distance. I forget the name of the ship.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But they're like, yeah, we can be there in 30 minutes. But they realize they have like a big hull breach, and they won't last 30 minutes. So they have to, right?
Yeah.
Or wait.
No, that's after this.
Did I skip a part?
Yeah.
Wait, what happens when he's... Oh!
Yep. Yeah. They're standing there at the hallway.
That's right.
And they're like, we can't get out of here. Jason's like walking towards them.
Yep.
And then Nerd Boy comes in with his fucking android.
Well, no, Brodsky shows up.
No, he shows up after.
I thought
No.
I thought he was about to, like, Jason was about to throw down some justice, and then Brodsky shows up, stabs him in the arm.
No, because he's fucking up the android immediately. He throws his machete at her.
Yeah.
And then Brodsky then jumps, and she's like, don't worry, hon, I got it. Remember? and she turns all fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Whatever.
she shows up, and this fucking nerd kid's like, I gave her an upload.
Yeah. Was that a misread?
I think it's supposed to be an upgrade, clearly.
Or is it a pun on like the fact that they had just been banging?
Oh.
Ugh.
So she's dressed all like the fucking Matrix. She's like full black leather, and she's got a bunch of guns and shit.
Yeah.
And she knows kung fu apparently, and
Of course.
so she starts blasting. Or first, she's just standing there, and she's like, "I'm gonna have to hurt you." He literally just throws his machete
Yeah.
right in her stomach. She falls on the ground. He walks over, thinking she's dead because he doesn't understand that she's not a human.
He's stupid, man.
Yeah. He grabs his machete, and then she looks up, starts shooting him, and he throws her on the floor. Yeah, Broski jumps on his back at one point. That's when you realize he's still alive and still moving around. She fucks Jason up, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I have a special segment for that.
Okay, yeah. And then, yeah. So Jason's fucked. So everyone's like, yeah, he's dead. So they go up to the control room, I guess we'll call it, where they've gotten a reply to their distress beacon. But they've also found that, the hull, I mentioned, is bleeding. I think is what they say.
Their ship's going to blow up in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
these guys say they can be there in 45. And they're like, oh no, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
They decide, let's get rid of the half of the ship that doesn't work.
The dead weight, yeah.
So we'll use these charges. We'll blow these little walkways apart and then break away. So that's what they start doing.
Right.
They set all these charges, and while that's happening, Jason happened to get blown away.
Yeah, he
on
lands
the same exact table.
Yep.
That regenerated. What's her name?
Rowan.
And somehow it all just turns on.
Yep.
Like by some weird fate.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he was dead, the movie's over.
It's space horror magic, man.
It's got to happen.
Yeah. So
he gets an upload also.
Yeah, he does. So nanotechnology comes in and saves Jason.
Yeah.
Brings him back to life and brings him as.
But now he's better than ever, and he's all metal and.
He's like half metal.
He looks so stupid.
He looks real. He's actually probably no metal at all.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest looking plastic.
So, they're about to blow all the charges. He comes up to intervene.
Mm-hmm.
Android chick tries to fight him again. He just literally punches her head straight off, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And they all get out of the little corridor, and they leave the one dude behind.
Yeah.
He got thrown into the wall. And as they're all running, he gets his cool suicide scene where he's like, "Hey, motherfucker!" and he's holding a little detonator.
Yeah.
Blows it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Ship comes to fucking rescue them, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna dock over here."
Yep.
But little do they know, Jason was hanging on the side of the ship.
Yeah.
From in space.
Yeah. On their ship, the Grendel, right? Yeah.
And so they're all standing there, like waiting, and then he just punches through the fucking hull of the ship.
Yep.
You get a vacuum thing going on, which I'll talk about later.
Yeah.
And then that's when the slutty girl who's been around the whole time.
Janessa.
Yeah.
She says, because they're all struggling to get they're all struggling to get away from like this the vacuum of space, I guess, and so they're all holding on to each other.
Right. Which looks like any airplane movie you've ever seen when they get a window broken.
Which the three of them and the one guy's holding the head of the android. They're all fine, like for the most part. They're holding on.
It's windy, but they're good.
Yeah, they're good. But she's just blowing everywhere. Her legs are up in the air, hanging on to dear life on on the floor grates.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just says, "This sucks on all levels." I believe
something
like that. And then she just gets sucked through the little hole.
Yep.
And that's it.
You see some guts hanging.
Yeah. Not even that many. There should be more. There should have been more guts.
Yeah.
There should have been like a pause. And then slowly, like fold it up.
You know what the special effects should have done? They should have just got a big water balloon full of blood and just threw it at this hole.
Yeah.
just give me that.
Yeah. There was not enough gore for that scene, you know?
There's no gore at all for that scene.
Such a waste.
So you gotta suck some of this space. You gotta give me something.
Yeah, right? I mean, God, when Nancy's mother got sucked through the window at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street, I want that.
Yeah.
Just a folded
Exactly.
folded mannequin. dummy Muppet.
Right.
Whatever, man.
So
So what happens now?
that happens. They're all in the room trying to like because the door won't open.
Oh yeah,
Or
that's right.
The ship's like locked on.
The rescue ship.
He's like locked on, and he's like, just open the door and come through. You'll be good to go. And like, the door won't open.
Oh no.
So Broski's like, oh, we got to do it from outside.
So he goes out for a
Puts
spacewalk.
Yeah, puts the spacesuit on, goes out. Meanwhile, it's the nerd kid, Android Head, and
Rowan.
and they're all sitting there trying to get the door open still. And they distract Jason with another hologram of Crystal Lake back in 1980, which is kind of a cool little scene.
Yeah.
2 chicks just get naked and like, you want to drink and smoke, and then it cuts to him like beating them over each other in sleeping bags.
Yeah.
He eventually like starts walking towards them. Ship's blowing up while this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Door gets opened.
Just in time.
Yep.
They get through to the escape pod or to the rescue ship.
And Jason's walking through, and then Jason's about to walk through, and Rowan closes the door
Right.
from inside.
Yep.
And
No.
Yeah.
Brodsky.
Brodsky, yeah. So
Yeah.
Brodsky closes the door from inside, and
they have a cool little face-off scene.
Yep. And then
that was a good face-off scene.
yeah, and then the ship blows up.
Yep.
And you get Ronan and them like flying away,
Yep.
and you see Jason flying towards them, and she's like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Yeah.
And then Brodsky
Shows up one more time.
Yep, swings through in his spacesuit and pushes Jason out of the way.
And they go into the orbit of, or the atmosphere of Earth 2.
Yep.
And they burn up on re-entry.
And land in a lake.
Crystal Lake, I imagine.
Yeah.
Where 2 teenage lovers see in the distance as a falling star and say, I landed in the lake.
Let's check it out.
And then sweet rock and roll.
And that's
the
the
end.
snacks, folks.
That's the end, baby.
As with every great movie, there are some problems.
Yes.
So yeah, this takes us into our next segment, which you all know as Cracks the Can.
That was a clean, crisp crack.
That was good.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Why
Okay.
not? Obviously there are flaws all over this fucking movie. My first one was obviously when Android chick gets all dominatrixed out, and oh god, like the actress was just pissing me off.
Right.
She starts to like talk like a badass.
She was very.
She was obnoxious as fuck.
I couldn't understand her. Her face, her facial tics and everything.
Yeah.
Just it didn't work for me.
And yeah, so she's like kicks Jason's ass and shit, but just all of it, like they put her on ropes and she's literally like doing Matrix shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which I almost want to say it was a playoff Matrix because this was 2001.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, at that time, there's a lot of movies that were taken from Matrix.
Yeah,
You know?
and like she's flipping around doing all kinds of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Shooting behind her back, shooting around him at a wall,
Yeah.
and then kicks him through that wall, like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, man.
And look, what bothered me the most is, I get that she apparently got this
Upload.
upload, yeah. But if the soldiers that were, or like if that strike team or whatever, that was trying to get them, down in the depths of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
if they had those guns,
Why weren't they using them?
yeah, because those guns, like she shot his arm off,
Yeah, she
shot
was
his leg
blowing
off,
his whole body apart.
blew his whole body apart. Yeah, exactly.
Their guns weren't even pushing him back.
No.
He was just walking forward as they were all blasting him.
So, like, if they had this firepower, why not use it? Because it wasn't like her training or like anything that happened to her specifically. I don't think
Right.
it was just the fact that she had these weapons that she could use against them.
Yep.
That was the upgrade. Upload.
Yeah.
And so that bothered me.
Yep.
Now, okay, so we're gonna continue. I want to continue with that scene actually. For
right.
my crack. Look, so she blows him to hell, right? Like she, what? She shoots half his head off.
Yeah.
His arm, his leg, and he's on that table where this nanotechnology is able to bring him back, regenerate him. He's fucking dead, blown to pieces.
He doesn't even have a face.
Doesn't have a
His
face.
is blown off.
Yeah. So, like, does that mean any of the people that were just killed randomly on the ship, couldn't they have just done the same with them? When they found Adrian
Yeah.
in the lab and her face was gone, couldn't they have just thrown her on the table and had nanotechnology bring her back from the dead?
Look, it's only because Jason has regenerative abilities also.
You think that's why?
Because I think
or
if
is it
any,
just bad writing?
it's bad writing, but if you want to give the writing an excuse, it's because every time you think Jason's dead, he's not dead.
Right, and he just needed a little
He needs
help from science
just
this
needs
time.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure eventually he would have came back. And Jason Goes to Hell, he's like completely torn apart, and
Yeah.
all they needed was his heart.
Mm.
So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just bad writing, but I'll give him a pass on that him coming back, and that's why nobody else can.
Yeah. Okay. I got. All right. I didn't think about it like that. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still.
No,
still
it's
shitty.
It's shitty as fuck. Yeah.
Okay.
My other giant crack, which it's whatever, because it is shitty writing. It's low budget.
Yeah.
It's when he punches through the hull of the spaceship,
Yeah.
and it looks like an airplane scene. Like I said, there's wind everywhere. That scene goes on a long time.
There's a lot of scenes that go on a long time.
And this is all the pressure and oxygen in their ship being sucked into space.
Right.
And as soon as, like, she flies through and dies, they all get out, close the door behind them. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. There's no airlock in between.
No.
So I mean, when they open that door, it would just
Yeah,
continue to suck
and-
through the ship.
And also, when Jason punches his way all the way into the ship, into that room, he just knocks doors down as he's going down the hallway. You never get a point where, like, all of that space
Yeah.
is just, like, sucking in the ship. He's literally just punching doors down, walking through the hallway. But literally, I just give it a pass because they don't have the budget for it, or
No.
even the writing capability to think about that. I mean,
But,
they never even explain the artificial gravity on the ship, where every space movie has to explain that.
right. Or even like what they're doing out there. Was that even explained?
Nope, they're
Okay.
just scientists.
Scientists with some armed guards.
A whole SWAT team. And those were my two main cracks. Obviously, we've...
Look, man, they could have at least tried to make the fashion look like it was from the fucking future instead of just what they wore back in like 1999. Am I right?
Dude, the clothes are really bad.
They didn't even try.
Nah.
No. And like, if they're gonna go ahead and, just wear whatever fashion was at the time,
Mm-hmm.
then you know what? That's fine. But what you don't do is you don't bring it up as part of the movie. Because when Rowan, obviously, she was wearing, they had to take her clothes off when she was, nanoteched
right.
back to life or whatever. So they gave her some of Janessa's clothing, which Janessa makes comment of. And then even later on in the movie, when she goes to,
So
like, when
cringy.
Rowan goes to, like, rescue, go check on Brodsky or see who's living down when they're gonna on the way to the shuttle, she says, don't rip my pants.
Which was the dumbest. Like, they held on to that joke so long.
Yeah,
And that was the payoff?
Yeah, there's no point
Yeah.
in any of that. So I mean, ugh. So, but geez, man, look, apparently drowning pools, bodies was the official theme song
Really?
to this movie, even though it wasn't in the
Yeah,
movie.
it never played in the movie.
It was in the trailer
Oh, okay.
and probably in the music video.
It kind of makes sense, though. It's just counting that song, and that's literally what this movie felt like.
Yeah, just counting bodies.
Like, as soon as Jason is thought out,
Yeah,
that's all, like, the last, like, 45 minutes of this movie is. It's him just going through and just murdering people.
yeah,
And like I said, it doesn't play like a horror movie at all. There's nothing scary, or there's no, like, tense moments. It's him literally just showing up and, like, stabbing somebody or bashing them into a wall.
yeah,
Which, I mean, is, most Jason movies, but you get that sort of suspense and, like, a feeling of, I don't know, like, there's just something about, like, kids in a cabin at night compared to, like, a spaceship.
yeah.
And I've seen, like, there's good sci-fi horror that's just...
Yeah, like it's you're taking the same movie, from the camp.
Yeah,
And
it's a slasher.
It's a slasher film, but you're just throwing it in space, and it's the same thing, and it just doesn't
Right.
work.
No.
It belongs in a museum. It belongs in the camp, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the Jason movies went wrong, was when they took him out of the camp,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where he thrives, when they
Yeah.
brought him into the city, when they took him out of
Right.
Crystal Lake, it just doesn't work.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, other sci-fi horror has done it. Like, the end of Sunshine, if you've ever seen that.
I have not seen it.
it kind of plays sort of slashery
I've heard.
in space.
Yeah.
And it does it really well. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
And you have that suspense and, like, because that movie takes the whole first half of the movie to build characters
Right.
that you care about. And it also gives you a reason why there's dark corridors and why, you know, like, things like, if there's a fucking ship in space, I'm sorry, half the ship is not dark
No.
automatically.
No. Not unless there's a reason.
Yeah. Hey, horror movie genre.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Why you always going to space?
You don't need to go to space with
Yeah.
it. Not unless it's a space-bound like creature, like an alien,
Yeah.
or like a floating, you know.
Yeah, why didn't
something.
they even mention Alien? That's the best fucking sci-fi
Oh, yeah.
slasher in space.
Yeah.
Is fucking Aliens.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I mean, you're trying to do Jason. You're trying to do Alien with Jason.
Yeah.
and it just doesn't work. Imagine doing Alien at Camp Crystal Lake.
It's
Stupid.
It's stupid as fuck.
Like, it's stupid. Could you imagine a bunch of camp kids and then an alien shows up, a xenomorph? No. No one wants that.
I mean, kind of cool.
Actually,
but-
maybe it works one way, but not the other.
it's true.
Just like doors.
fuck you.
All right, man. So,
Give it a hard don't.
yeah, I'm going to give this a hard don't as well.
This is one of the worst Jason movies, if not. I won't say it's the worst. It's definitely one of the worst. It's terrible. It's mainly because it doesn't feel like a Jason movie at all.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It feels more like, you mentioned earlier, like an action shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
It's more like that. I don't get, there was never like a sense of like fear.
No,
you know?
nowhere. in
No
this
sense of
movie.
like horror at all,
Mhm.
which you want when you're seeing a Jason flick,
He doesn't stalk anybody. He
No.
just kills them immediately.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Jason
Yeah.
X, you piece of shit movie.
All right. So, look, stalking. I think that's going to bring us into our next segment. The Two Dicks Picks.
Speaking of stalking.
Yeah, well, we discussed some things that we've been checking out
Sure.
as far as television goes. We already talked about it, so I want to jump into it right now. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
So you watch it.
I watched all 3 episodes that are out right now.
And I brought up stalking because what's his face? Tim Meadows' character. When he and Jake Peralta are like watching
Oh yeah.
the guy, it's like, oh, detective works a lot like being
yeah,
a
yeah.
cannibal.
He's so great, man.
He's so good.
And oh man, like when he's like, at least no one's gonna mess with you because they all know you're like you've killed 10 people. And he's like, they're kids, man. They're easy to kill.
They make such fun jokes, but
Yeah.
it's like terrible though, at the same
it's
time.
so good.
But yeah, it's I'm happy with the first 3 episodes.
The writing is exactly the same. It's still fun.
Which is great.
And, they do all those clever little callback
Mhm.
like scenes, and yeah, it's good, man.
But no, it's good stuff, man. Fox has really done a good job with that one. Good on you.
Good job, Fox. You can do good stuff every now and then.
Yeah, you can also do real bad stuff.
The worst stuff, actually.
I'm going to talk about some bad stuff that I've been watching from Fox.
Tell
some
me.
new Fox programming. Have you seen anything about the show Ghosted with Craig Robinson and Adam Scott?
No, I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it. Or
I
anything.
watched the first 2 episodes. It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't seem interesting at all.
It's an interesting idea. It's sort of like a Men in Black style like operation,
Yeah,
but like instead of being like recruited into it, they're just kind of like forced into it,
yeah,
and because of reasons. And then
Right.
and then after those reasons have like culminated to an end, they are like, no, we still want to do this,
right.
and they're like, and they're just like, yeah, okay,
Kind
You-
of shit though.
you're welcome to the team.
Yeah,
And it's like paranormal stuff, so it's kind of cool, but just the humor
Yeah.
is what doesn't do it.
yeah,
Anyhow, I got a couple other things. Just one other thing, I guess.
yeah.
maybe,
Go for
probably.
it. I watched Hell's Kitchen, man. Like I haven't been watching anything. And the Last Jedi trailer.
Yeah.
I've been watching that.
I'll check that out. I wanted to talk about this last week, but we ended up talking about Inhumans for a little bit longer than I expected. Which, by the way, I watched the newest episode. That's
Still bad.
still bad.
Hey, Inhumans, get it together.
Yeah. And this is, it's a Fox week, I guess.
No.
More Fox
More Fox.
Television. The Orville, man. I've talked to you about this.
Yeah.
I still.
I still haven't checked that out. I meant to.
It's episode 4.
Yeah.
I watched that one. It's good, man. It's really good, and it just like, it just finds a nice balance between, serious like sci-fi story,
Right.
and like
satire.
and like satire, and like with like really good, like clever,
No, that's good.
like enjoyable jokes.
yeah.
You know, the jokes are there when they need to be, but they're never forced.
Right.
And, you know, it just works overall.
I'm glad that's good.
Yeah, and, you know, usually, like, Seth MacFarlane, you know, aside from, like, you know, Family Guy,
You can
really.
get over the top a lot of times.
Yeah, and he does pretty well. And, you know,
Yeah.
I don't mind him so much, but even just looking at him sometimes just irritates me. And so to be able to watch, like, a
Right.
45-minute show with him in it and
Yeah.
not feel irritated by him, you know, he's growing up, I guess.
That's good.
So good on him.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Fox
Mm-hmm.
and Seth.
Yes. Fox and Seth. Norm Macdonald does a voice on it too. That's pretty exciting.
He has a voice.
A voice of like this globular creature. It's a word, right?
That's twice you've used it, so that makes it a word.
It must be a word if I use it twice. You know what that means, guys? It's been nice. Where can you find us, Ben?
You can find us all over the internet. Apparently,
Yeah.
we've recently found out.
Yeah.
But
Just Google it.
yeah, hey, Google us. Two Guys with Four Eyes. We're on Instagram.
We're on SoundCloud.
We're on YouTube.
We're on iTunes.
We're on
Blueberry.
yeah, whatever that is.
That's a thing.
Other things that play podcasts.
Yeah.
Some of them. We're not on all of them, but we're on some of them.
Yeah, and we last week we started with this YouTube series called Junkyard Trailers, where
yeah, we did.
where we react to some kind of like just some shitty trailers. Basically is what it is.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna keep doing that.
Oh, we gotta do that.
People seem to enjoy it a little bit. So if you're one of those people, let us know what you like or do not like about it.
Yeah, throw us a subscribe. It's fucking free. Just press the goddamn button.
Yeah.
Because the cool thing is we want to have a YouTube channel with our name on it.
Yeah.
We need you guys to subscribe for that.
Yeah. And look, either we're gonna we have the choice of either sitting in a room for many hours just making fake accounts to do this. But, you know, it'd be a lot easier if you just did it. Check us out. Let your friends know that we exist, and let us know how we're doing. And I think next week we're going to be doing another horror-themed movie.
Yeah, it's Halloween. It's the month of scares, so let's keep it going.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing next week, but it'll be something spooktacular.
And on that note,
Shake it easy.